Hello again. For some years now, Prime Ministers and Home Secretaries in this country have been promising to reduce immigration to this country to the tens of thousands. That is to say, below 100,000 a year. The last time this pledge was made was at last year's Conservative conference by Home Secretary Suella Braverman, who said that she would reduce annual net migration below 100,000. She didn't mean it, of course, and there's not the remotest chance of it happening. In fact, immigration is climbing now at a far greater speed than ever before. All those trusting souls who voted to leave the European Union because they believed this would enable Britain to take control of its borders, as the saying was in those days, and thus reduce immigration, must be feeling pretty silly now, I should think. 8 years ago, net immigration to Britain, that is to say the difference between the number of foreigners arriving in the country and those leaving, reached 331,000 in a year. It was figures of that magnitude which ensured that the following year, when the referendum was held in 2016, a majority of those voting wished to leave the European community. These optimistic folk then sat back and waited for the numbers arriving here to start falling. Of course, the first thing the government did was to assure citizens from the European Union that anybody who wanted to settle here had better hurry up, because those who came by a certain date and were living here would be eligible to stay forever. This was a surprising and unwelcome move to many of us. There followed a number of other bewildering announcements, such as the special visas, which allowed students who came here from overseas to remain in Britain for 2 years after they graduated, and to send for their families to come and join them. Many Indians and Nigerians took advantage of our generosity. Then we gave the right of residence to millions of people in Hong Kong and invited hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians to come and live here as well. The result of these policies was, of course, quite predictable. In the year to June 2022, net migration to Britain had far exceeded the number before the vote on Brexit. Over 500,000 more foreigners arrived here than left. Now the preliminary figures have been collated for the last year, and they are even more astonishing. It is likely that net migration here is now running at no less than 675,000 a year. That's getting on for 750,000 extra people living in Britain in a year. How on earth our health service will cope in the future is something of a mystery, as is where all those people are going to be living. But then I dare say that viewers know at least as much as I do about the shortage of housing, dentists, and the possibilities of getting hospital appointments these days. We were certainly played for mugs over Brexit, that there can be little doubt. I'll give a link in the description to this video about these new figures. Would it help to vote Labour in next year's general election, do you think? I'm not at all sure that matters would improve under Keir Starmer, and I think it more likely that immigration would rise rather than fall if Labour got in.